Let's see how well I can do reviews on the spot. So today I watched this film called Die My Love. It's a new what's her name? It's a woman director. I forgot her name. It's her new film. She did We Need to Talk About Kevin, and it has big stars such as Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. Thing is, this film not very popular. I work at a theater. You guys know that. Very few people came to watch this. And one thing we noticed instantly was how many people were walking out of this film. Lynne Ramsay. Yes, it's a Lynne Ramsay film. So many people walked out of the theater, and a lot of them came back and wanted a refund because they thought the film was so bad. But also, there was a big, obvious demographic that was leaving the most, which was young couples. The thing is, I kind of get why the young couples, a lot of teenage couples were leaving the theater, because the film is very vague about what it's trying to be in like the trailers and everything. So a lot of couples came in with the name Die My Love and everything as well. They thought it was gonna be a rom-com, or like at least like even like a proper romance film. And they wanted to enjoy that with their partner. They came with a date, whatever. They saw the film. They were like, "What the fuck is this?" And they came out, right? And so instantly, I was very, very curious. I was like, "Okay, what is this film?" Because I love Lynne Ramsay, I love Robert Pattinson, I love Jennifer Lawrence, and I was like, there's just no way three of these combined could make like a shitty film. There's just no way. It just could not happen in my mind. So I went in with my friend and we watched it. And the theater was mostly empty, and the only other people that were there were like really old women. Okay? And the thing about this film is that I really do think this is either you get it or you don't kind of film. You either get the film and you understand it and it speaks to you, or you don't. And there is nothing wrong with you if you don't get it. I'm not saying you're dumb if you don't get it, but this is very much you get it or you don't. And it's not a romance film. There are romantic elements, and it opens like a romance film. The way it opens is kind of wild, because it's Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. One of them wanting to be a musician, one of them, the girl, Jennifer Lawrence's character, she wants to be a writer. And they move into this new house, and then instantly, wild ass sex scene. Really, like, they have sex like they're animals. And you can get the vibe of this couple. They're a very wild, like, like, YOLO, do what we want kind of couple. But thing is, that changes very instantly after she has a child. And you instantly realize, oh, this is not a film, it's not a romance film. It's a film about a mother feeling neglected after having a child, which is a very common thing that happens. So like, after she has this child, her husband stops having sex with her. He pays more attention to the baby, doesn't pay attention to her at all, even though she's still the one mostly taking care of the baby, and like starts making decisions without her like input. So he brings in a dog out of nowhere for her to take care of, because he's never at home. He's always at work, he's always busy. And now he brought in a dog because he likes dogs, and but it's her who's gonna be looking after a dog. Like, he's not gonna be doing anything because he's always at work. So now she has to take care of the baby and also look after a dog, which, like, I don't know, I feel like that would drive me mad, especially if it's a new grown dog. But also at the same time, yes, it is just more responsibility for her. But also at the same time, like, Robert Pattinson's character is an asshole and is a terrible person, and he's the worst person in this film. But Jennifer Lawrence's character is the better person in this film, but she is the more insane person in this film. Like, she is definitely cuckoo. Like, she's very crazy. Like, this part made me laugh a lot in the film. But give you an example of like how crazy she is. When the dog starts getting sick, she tells her husband to kill the dog, and he's like, no, I'm gonna take him to a vet. What the fuck are you insane? And she's like, no. She goes out of her way to steal a gun from her mother-in-law, and she takes the dog out the back and fucking shoots the dog with a shotgun. And that's how she solves problems. She solves problems in the quickest way possible, and she is insane. She is a little insane, and the film isn't shy about showing all those things. And she is the better person. Yes, she is the better person. And she is a better person. But the whole point, throughout this whole film, you see her acting like a wild animal. Like, she is always, and I cannot stress how amazing Jennifer Lawrence's performance was in this film. I think this was the best performance I've seen all year from anybody. And like, she's supposed to be this wild person. The way it's symbolized is that she's always like, she likes crawling, she likes acting like an animal. And you kind of quickly realize why she fell in love with Robert Pattinson, and it's because like he could always pretend like he was also a wild animal, right? But the thing is, you can always tell in the acting where like, oh, Robert Pattinson's character is acting like he's a wild animal. This is an amazing scene. This is them acting like animals together. Like, this is the kind of lovers they are. But one of the best things they did in this thingy is like show how naturally Jennifer Lawrence's character is an animal, where like Robert Pattinson's character is kind of pretending like he's wild. And throughout this whole film, she gets more and more derived of love, of like any kind of like happiness. And slowly, he couldn't match her freak. This film is literally He Couldn't Match Your Freak, the film. And slowly you kind of realize that she doesn't belong in this life. She doesn't belong in this life where she is this normal ass wife to this normal ass guy who, the guy goes to work, comes back, like she has to stay at home and like look after the baby and everything. And it gets weird. She's super frustrating. She's insane, and having to think about even dealing with her gives you a headache. But you still feel for her. And throughout this film, I just could not help but see myself in her, and see a lot of people, especially a lot of women I know, in her. And I think proof of that was because like the older ladies who were in front of us, they were crying by the end of it, because I think a lot of them could see themselves in it. And squeaks. I think a lot of them could see themselves in this, where like after marriage, the way they're treated is completely different. After they have a child, the way they're treated is completely different. And like for someone like her, the character of Jennifer Lawrence, she's not like, she does not belong here. She is a wild animal. She could not be caged in this life that she is put in, right? And the film kind of ends with giving that message where like she needs to go where she belongs, and it's not with him, even though she loves him. Like, she loves him, he loves her. Both of them do fucked up things to each other, but they do love each other. But at the end of the day, her nature calls, and her nature is that she does not belong here. I really think this is a must watch for a lot of people, to anybody who appreciates art, to anybody who appreciates feeling something. Because I'm not even kidding when I say this, halfway through the film, from this scene on, every single shot is a 10 out of 10. I cannot express. This is one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. I think top 10 best shots of the 2020s is probably from this film. Literally every single shot is sick. From this scene on, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Every single scene, 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. I know this sounds very typical for like a feminist film where like, people don't take care of her. She wants to be herself. She'll break free. I know that's what it sounds like. It sounds like kind of a cliche feminist film or whatever. But in a film like this, it's so easy for the writer and the director to make her hate the baby. But actually, no. She loves her baby. She's a great mother. She talks about how perfect her child is. And she talks about like how much she enjoys being a mother. And then there's this moment where like people keep telling her, like, she's having these mental breakdowns. She's having all these, like, she's having issues with her husband. Her husband is cheating on her. Her husband's cheating on her. He's neglecting her. He's not giving her love. He's not having sex with her. He's not showing her any affection, right? And she's losing her mind. She's upset. And of course you'd be upset if your partner was doing that. And she's doing all of these things. And people keep blaming her son for it, which is like, oh yeah, that's what happens, you know, post pregnancy depression, you know, like when you first have a child, you get stressed, you there's a lot to handle, you're just having that time. I wasn't myself for a year. People, all these older women keep coming up to her and keep telling her that, like, oh, like, it's just like a thing that happens with motherhood. But she's just like, and then all the women say, oh, you know, nobody tells you how hard it's going to be a mother. And she's like, no, that's all everybody tells you. That's literally all everybody tells you. Everybody has told me that. But the truth is, I enjoy being a mother. And this is not my son's fault. I'm just being treated shitty by my husband. And you guys all keep blaming different aspects of my life. But the answer is obvious. It's him. But nobody wants to blame him. And she, like I said, she loves her child. And like, she's not perfect, you know, she does her own things as well. And like the way it ends, it's just, I would say though, the way it ends, it felt like a Michael Bay movie where I thought Linkin Park was gonna start playing, because it ends with a song. So, and it sounds very similar to a Linkin Park beat. So I really thought at the end, they would play like "What I've Done." It does end like a Michael Bay film, because there's like flames and a rock song playing. But I think it's such a shame that this film is being looked down on. It's such a shame that people are not giving it the credit it deserves. And I really think in many years down the line, this will be seen as a masterpiece, because I think it's a masterpiece. It might be my film of the year already. And yeah, with that, I think this was a 5 out of 5 film for me. Lynne Ramsay's direction is amazing. Like I said, halfway through, the shit is so perfect, and it's so funny too. It's like actually unbelievably funny, and the way it ends is so, like, I'll even say this, it's so anime. It kind of ends like in an anime. If you've watched Wolf Children, I don't know if you've watched Wolf Children, it kind of ends in like a Wolf Children-esque way. And like, I think my only issue is that they use this metaphor of her being an animal way too many times. There's like 5 or 6 scenes of her crawling on the floor and being an animal, and I'm like, I get the metaphor. Like, I get the metaphor, man. There is that. Oh my god, I love that film. I made my mom watch it. Yes, Wolf Children is so good. And you know what? I really think this has a very similar theming to Wolf Children, except like, you know how like in Wolf Children there's the son. His whole story is not fitting in because he is a wild animal who doesn't want to be caged. Take that son's story and add motherhood to it, and that son is Jennifer Lawrence's character. So imagine that's character that the son from Wolf Children had his whole film, and he was a hot blonde mommy. That's this film. Robert Pattinson is amazing. He's always amazing, but like, I have never seen him get mogged this hard. The performance by Jennifer Lawrence in this film is so unbelievably good. I cannot express how good the show was. It is, oh my god. Like, Robert Pattinson gets mogged. it just gets ma. It was kind of insane. I think this will inspire many people. I was inspired by this film. I want to make my own films again after watching this. It's spoken so much to me, and I see myself as crazy and as insane as I've described Jennifer Lawrence's character, and she does way more insane shit. She does so many insane things. I see myself, so much of myself in her, and I think a lot of people will see themselves in her, and a lot of women will see themselves in her. It is that side of womanhood that is lost as you grow older. It's like the song "She Used to Be Mine" by Sarah Bareilles from Waitress, the song for Waitress. It is like that song where it is about like the womanhood you lose as you become a woman, which is ironic. As you grow older as a woman, the womanhood, the woman inside you that loses, that slowly fades away, and you're supposed to reform, and so you're supposed to be that married couple that hates each other but is together still because you're so used to each other. You never solve any of your problems. You just kind of live together and stay. That's the kind of woman the world wants her to be, but it's just not gonna happen. Because sometimes some people just aren't meant to be married, and some people just aren't meant to be meant to have this normal life. And that's where, in a lot of ways, that's where I think the name comes from. I might be wrong, but I think the name Die My Love comes from that, where for her to be fully free, her love for her man, for I forgot his name, Jackson. I think he plays Jackson. Her love for her husband needs to go away. Then she can then and only then can she fully be free. And then a lot of romantic films will glorify love, but this film is one of those films where it's just like, no, I need to kill my love so that I can finally be free. Like, the love needs to die. Love is an obstacle, and I do think sometimes it is. Romantic love, at least. And yeah, and with that, I do want to rate it on Letterboxd if my browser doesn't fucking crash. I think my browser. Okay. With that, I do want to rate it on thingy, and I think it's a 5 out of 5, must watch. And for every 1 star out there, and there are a lot of 1 stars for this film, there's a 5. And I think it's worth discovering, because it's a movie. You can switch it off anytime. It's worth discovering if this would speak to you or not, because again, as I said, this is one of those special films that you might change the person you are. And see. It's good to have you with me, even if it's just for the day.